What up guys, I'm Pat, CEO here at Spartan Subs, and today I'm going to be dropping a supplement review on Nexus Per4m pre-workout. This is a Stim-Pig's delight. Nexus are a Goldie-based Aussie supplement brand, so it's made and Australian owned and made, all within not far from Nexus's warehouse, which is pretty damn cool to see a brand doing really dope packaging, creatives, flavors, collaborations, etc. Innovation in the supplement industry in such a good way. So we're going to go through the ingredients, we'll go through the effects, we'll go through interaction, doses, all of that good stuff. Since it is a stimulant-based, mood-altering pre-workout, we're going to go over the flavors, taste, mixability, and value for money. And then at the very end, we're going to give you our Spartan score, which is my personal opinion on the product and its application for, not just for me, but I mean for like users as well. They've personally served tens of thousands of people now and over nearly 20 years in this industry. So lots and lots of depth of experience. Want to help you make more informed choices. And that is exactly why we do reviews like this for you guys, just like you. So let's get straight into it. On screen, you're going to see one of these, which is a nutritional information panel for this. So we're just going to go top to bottom. I'm going to skip over the microns of calories because it doesn't mean anything. Citrulline malate, 6 grams, pretty standard for most pre-workouts now for complete things. This is for the 2 scooper, for the big dogs. That's what the panel's for. So that's going to give you better blood flow. It's going to help to clear out some lactate as well. Beta alanine 3.2. Again, pretty standard dose. It's a good dose. It's going to give you lots of face tingles, help to buffer fatigue, and help a bit with recuperation in between sets for clearing lactate if you're doing like higher rep sets, but also successive. If you're doing like, say, 3 sets of 20 on leg extension or something like that, it'll help you in between sets so you can actually sustain that performance and hold a high performance level for longer. Next up, we've got some taurine. It's a good cell hydrator. It's a gram of it. Good dose. Is it a big performance booster you're really going to notice? Probably not, but not a bad addition. We've got 500 megs of tyrosine in here, and then we've also got 500 megs of N-acetyl L-tyrosine. Both do the same thing. One crosses the blood-brain barrier better than the other. Both excellent ingredients, and together you got a gram, which is a really good effective dose. So it's like cognitive fuel for your brain. So it's going to help to work in conjunction with the stimulants to give you form thoughts faster, think clearer, help with that mind-muscle connection, and basically your brain activating your body, since that is how it works. Next up, we've got some caffeine anhydrous. We've got a lot of it, 400 milligrams. That is 4 to 5 cups of coffee equivalent, but it's going to be delivered. Anhydrous has a sort of like 30 to 120 minute sort of life. So it takes usually about 15-20 minutes to even get going, and then it'll last from sort of like 30 to 90 minutes as its real hour of power, that sort of time frame. It's a really good stimulant, gives you a lot of it's a dopamine secretor. You can give you frontal lobe stimulation, get your nervous system popping, get you alert and alive. And if you're feeling sleepy and you have 400 megs of caffeine, you ain't going to feel sleepy one bit. You'll be real dialed up. Might be into the crash zone for a lot of people, so proceed with caution. Maybe start out with less. Pretty good idea, but it's a damn strong central nervous system stimulant. Next up, we've got some alpha GPC, 250 megs. It's a pretty good dose. It could be a little bit high potentially, but still a really good ingredient. I like that it's glycerophosphocholene. The choline is what the C is for, and it helps to improve that mind-muscle connection, get your brain and your body connected, so you can have better motor unit control, and just really get that feel in the muscle, which helps so much in terms of like giving you a good feedback, so you actually like training. Next up, we've got some L-norvaline. Norvaline helps to inhibit the thing that inhibits pumps. So there's an ingredient that breaks down the nitric oxide. It inhibits that. So it means that your pumps will stay better. So when you have nitric oxide boosting ingredients like citrulline or agmatine, Norvaline works phenomenally for enhancing the effects of those or not diminishing them. Massive fan of the ingredient. Don't know why more people don't use it because it's so effective. Less gastric upset, more pump. Big tick. Next up, we've got Juglans Regia or English Walnut, 200 milligrams. It's a really strong psychoactive stimulant. This dose is quite a bit of it as well. If you are stimulant sensitive, probably best to start out with a half a scoop or just take a different pre-workout bluntly because it's a really strong stimulant. Some people do really well with it. Others don't do very well with it at all. Probably the hit or miss rate's probably about 1 in 4 don't do well with it at all. I am that 1 in the 4, but it's a potent ingredient. If you want something that really hits hard, that's one of the strongest ingredients you can possibly get for it. Next up, we've got some Theobroma cacao extract at 20%. So that's going to yield just a little bit more caffeine, but it's going to be really slow acting. So it's going to help to minimize or mitigate any crash from the high amounts of caffeine which are in here. Then we've got some L-theanine, which is going to help to give you a boost in cognitive power, help to sort of like channel those thoughts, get your brain ticking, but also not like hyper anxious either. Now we've got some mesembrine or Kana extract at 30 milligrams. This is an ingredient which helps to recirculate and reabsorb serotonin. So you can basically you can have a really good time, but you don't feel as zonked after it, because anything that goes up a lot, which is like you've got 650, 700 milligrams of total stims, you're going to be very up, and then by virtue, you're going to be sort of feeling very down afterwards. This will help to sort of counterbalance some of that. Speaking of stimulants, you've got some bit of orange, or synephrine is the actual ingredient that it yields. 30 megs is great, a good dose. It kicks in real quick. It's like a body stimulant. So that plus caffeine's like just happy times. Feel really good. It gives you a nice sort of like proprioception, like body awareness, like your hands and legs sort of work better. Real cool. And then we'll just knock off the last. Pterosilbene is a really super slow form of caffeine. Cool ingredient, again, minimize crash. That plus the theobroma works very similarly. Quite a lot of overlap between them. I'm not sure why I'd use both because they're quite similar. And then some ingredients for absorption. So that's what's in it. Heaps of stimulants, a lot of stimulant, a lot of pump, a lot of focus. Overall, it's pretty good. The only thing that's probably really lacking something like muscle power and maybe some glycerol. That's about it. Overall, it's really, really well put together. I mean, it's got 16 grams of ingredients in double scoop. It's a 50 serve product for, at present, 70 bucks. I think it might be going up to 80 bucks soon, but we're going to base it off 70. So it's barely $1 a scoop. Excellent value. Excellent, excellent value. Even a scoop's like pretty damn strong. I'm going to attempt to take this off well, not smack it. Hot tip, if you can get your lid off in like nearest to one piece, put it back inside the lid. So then when you put it back on, it'll form a better seal and it'll stop the moisture getting into your pre-workout and making it go all funky and clumpy, which is typically happens with pre-workouts. Nice long scoop, points for the depth there. Light powder. This is sour watermelon. Just a scoop in there. Dig that in there and jam it in. Now, Per4m comes in like a ton of flavors. There's like a nerd sort of flavor. They've got grapes, like a white monster sort of like take at the moment. There's lots of them. I can't even remember how many there was. There's like passion fruit and all sorts of fruity ones. There's candy flavors, there's fruity flavors. There is quite a variety. So there really is something for everyone. I don't think you'll be struggling to look at all the flavors and go, no, they're all terrible. Probably going to be something for everyone. Transparently, I got watermelon because we had the most tubs of watermelon. And I thought, I like watermelon. I hadn't had it. It was one of the newer ones. It's very watermelon looking. It smells good. Ah, that is sour. Man, that's sour. Oh, I like sour, but that is really tart and sour. I mean, in a good way. On the sour scale, it's probably like, for a pre-workout, I'd probably give that like a 7 on the pre-workout sourness scale. Pretty intense. Flavor's actually pretty good. I give the flavor like maybe like a 7. It's real, actually watermelon-y. It probably could be a little bit more sweet to match the watermelon, but it is sour watermelon, so it's pretty accurate. Overall, and historically, not particularly like Nexus flavors. I think they've been far too sweet and overpowering for me. It's really taken away from the enjoyment of the product. This is actually quite good. Probably the best tasting Nexus product I've had so far. So overall, really good. I give the flavor like, yeah, 7. In terms of the effects, this is not for the faint-hearted. If you want to really like just something like an everyday normal stimulant product, do not get this. Way too much, just too much sauce. This is for someone who wants a really high intensity, punchy stimulant pre-workout and has had a bunch of other high stim pre-workouts before. A scoop is going to be like a 6 out of 10. 2 scoops is going to be like 10 out of 10. I think doing a product like this every day, like doing a double scoop of this for 4 to 5 times a week is just way too much. You're going to be mangled sideways and it's going to be like just too many stimulants in general. So the product is dope, phenomenal. End of sentence, start of next. It's just too much for most people most of the time. So 1 scoop, good. 2 scoops, probably too much. It's too much of a good thing. But overall, I think the product is actually quite good. I'm going to give this a Spartan score of 7 out of 10 for that very reason. Versatility is good. It's just English walnut is not a fan of the ingredient in particular. The flavor is great. The range of flavors is great. The value is good. The sourness of this sour watermelon is epic. I love that it's Aussie made and owned. I think Nexus do a great job. Their branding and packaging and like the way they position themselves, phenomenal. It's got a nice, young, dope sort of look about it. Very innovative on the flavors and collaborations, etc. Textured labels, very cool. That's coming up on camera as to how much expert design went into the layering that goes into that. Very good. And all in all, a very good, if you're looking for a real high stimulant pre-workout, this is well and truly one to go for. I'm not a high stim dude, but that will be something for the stim peaks that will absolutely get you punching. If that doesn't do it, it's not the pre-workout, it's you. That's gonna wrap it up for this supplement review on Nexus Per4m pre-workout. If you want to check out this and the rest of the Nexus range, there'll be a link down below. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button down below and drop a comment with any questions, feedback, thoughts you had on this product. Thank you again for tuning in. I'm Pat, CEO here at Spartan Subs, and I'm out.